So I'm not a fan of UPS today. This right here, MMS. Yeah. 331D13 Iron Man 2 War Machine. The Grail of Grails. Freaking Mark 1 War Machine. This is the suit. This is my first unboxing, by the way. This is the suit that I have wanted since I got into collecting, which is, I haven't been that long, but, I've been cranking out the cash and really been grabbing me some suits. So, the guy who bought this off of lives in Ohio, a couple states away, which was like, all right, it ain't gonna take long to get here at all. Oh, there's the box. Look at it. And it didn't. A couple days. Checking that tracking over and over. There it was. Delivered tomorrow. Saturday. 12/8. Out for delivery. Waited and waited and waited. Nothing. Never showed up. I was so pissed off because I got to send anything UPS to my dad's. Because I live in an apartment building. I got a P.O. box. UPS doesn't do P.O. box. So I got to sit down there, and I'm sitting there bothering him because, he's old, and he doesn't hear very well, and he's drunk. So, I might not, notice the doorbell. So, he doesn't get delivered. I had to wait through Sunday, because Sunday starts my weekend, so I was excited. I was going to have anything the whole weekend to just, whatever. Come today, same thing. I'm waiting all freaking day. Nothing. And finally, I was just like, okay, the office up the road closes at 6:30. I'm going to find this guy. And last time I had a suit come from UPS was my Mark IV, first Iron Man figure I ordered, first Hot Toys figure. Well, I had the plastic version of this guy, which I actually just sold the other day when I picked this one up. But I got the Mark IV Iron Man. Missed the delivery. My dad stepped out at just the wrong time. I had to go hunt that mofo down up at the local mall, just like I did today. He had the thing. He said he had already been down my dad's way. Why he didn't deliver it, I do not know. Whatever. Here we go. Oh. The excitement. Like I said, I've said in other things, man. This is my Grail of Grails. Oh my Lord! Look at it. Come to me. Oh, he's so heavy. Yeah. Jeez, he is heavy. Oh my God. Look at that, man. God damn, he is meaty. Okay, so we found his articulated hands. Are they already on him? No, he's got his fists. So, okay, here's what happened. I was actually... Where's his kneecap? Why is his kneecap in the box? Quick fix, no worries. Steps right there. Or glue on one. Yeah. I guess it come out of there if it needs glue. Anyway, that's superficial. Don't care. That can easily be fixed. Like I was saying, I've been wanting this guy forever. Since I first started collecting. But he is pricey. As anybody who's into the hobby knows. I mean, they're all not cheap, but this guy, like him, the Mark 47, now the 46, they are not at all cheap. It's the cheapest I'd ever seen him was like $700, $750. Never anything below that. And that was just too much for me, man. I mean, I'll spend a chunk of money on these guys, but I just couldn't spend $750 on a figure. So I was actually surfing around, and the I meant to have the Mark II War Machine down here. Anyway, the Mark III War Machine. I was like, I had a couple of those on reserved on eBay or marked for. They was in the fives. One in particular I was planning on buying was $510. Not bad, because those Mark IIIs can go for a pretty penny as well. Well, the night before I planned on pulling the trigger on that suit, on that Hot Toys, I seen this guy. The seller had literally just put him up on there as a new listing. I guess, whatever, however long new listings last. Man, he didn't even open this. But it was a new listing for $635. I was like, holy crap. That's the lowest I've ever seen him before. I can maybe do that. So I bookmarked it, obviously, and I had planned on hitting him up that next morning or that next day and being like, look, bro, what can we do here? How about 600? Because that I could do. I say easily, but that I could do. So I get up the next morning, super early for work, 4 o'clock, get on eBay, check the listing, because that price, even at $635, I'm like, man, he's probably already gone. Because usually anytime one of this kind of figure gets put up for that kind of price, he does not last long. And when I get back on eBay, check him out, $600. He's lowered the price already. I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't click that buy button fast enough. And, oh my God. I'm giddy. Yeah, I couldn't click buy fast enough to get this thing on this way. Because I'm like, $600 for a Mark I die-cast War Machine? I never seen him for that lower price. Unless outside of an auction. So I've been rather just really disgusted the past couple of days with UPS. Because, the first day I talked to the dude up there, he said they were only allowed to be out for so long because of their hours and this and that. Which, okay, I can understand that one. But he'd already been down my dad's way. He just hadn't delivered it. If I wasn't, just wanting to get the heck out of there so I can come home and unbox this bad boy, I've been like, what the heck, man? Why you leaving my stuff on your truck? Why aren't you putting him out there like he's supposed to be? Okay, let me see here. I'm stupid. There we go. Flip this over. I'm going to have to loosen that. That's too tight. That's cool. Whatever. The guy I bought it off of, whether he's being truthful or not, you never know. He said he was wanting to get some funds to buy a custom Jason New Blood Part 7, which there was one I seen on Facebook the other day, and it was freaking awesome. So, for $2,000 too. So, if he's trying to sell it to get something like that, I can understand why he'd sell this. Said he bought it brand new. He was the only owner, and it just been sitting in his detolf in a museum pose. Talking about the joints are nice and tight, which everything seems to be in working order. Thankfully, I'd hate to spend, because that's something about, man, spending that kind of money on eBay for something like this you know, if you get burned, I know, and yeah, eBay's got things in place to help fix the situation if something like that happens, but it's a pain in the ass hassle. So it's always better if you get what you're after, you know, what you're paying for. And it seems like the only issue, like I said, is kneecap. For whatever reason, it's come undone. And that ain't no big deal. Little spot of glue, stick it back in there. No worries. Or hell, even just posing him, you'd be fine, because he's still a used figure. It's not like I can be like, hey man, his kneecap fell out, I want a refund, and ever find this guy again at that price. But oh my lord, I'm taken aback. I was gonna say, like, too, I think the reason I have to do my videos this way, the rarity when I do them, showing my ugly mug, is so it helps give a better scale of these things. You know, I know everybody's here to see this, not this, but you know, you get to see how actually big these bastards are, especially one like this, because he's the freaking beast. Okay, so like I said, I had the plastic one, which I sold as soon as I got this one. As soon as I clicked that buy button the next day, or that evening, I boxed him up, put him on Facebook, put him on eBay. Got off eBay, actually bought it I sold him for $190. So, you know, got a little bit of money back. That one by no means is a bad figure. The plastic version, it actually would have been near as good as this one. Well, I don't know, not near as good, but it would have been worth the buy at the time. It's just the coloring was so off on it. It was like gray. The whole damn thing was like this color almost. I don't know why Hot Toys really just dropped the ball on that one, just in terms of the coloring. This guy is like he's supposed to be. Freaking black and gray and everything. In the plastic version, I'm glad they changed this. The guns are part of the figure. On the plastic one, they're separate in the box, and they fall off like crazy. Like the one I had, the left one would stay on, the right one would just, you'd look at him mean and it'd fall off the freaking figure. It's a pain in the butt. Like I said, I meant to have the Mark II War Machine because I got him upstairs. It's the only other War Machine that I got. I was going to have him down there for a little bit of comparison. You know, I like to do that. Like whenever I had the Mark IV, I had another figure down here just to show the differences in some of them, especially different types of War Machines. Because that Mark II, man, everybody's seen it. I mean, it's not like it's a new thing either. What is there? 4 different variants of it. You got the Iron Patriot. You have the Iron Man 3 Mark II, which I look at that as Hot Toys kind of doing us a favor in the sense that he wasn't actually in the movie. War Machine wasn't. But they went ahead and made a figure, even though the paint is really different. And then you have the actual Age of Ultron version. And then you have the Hot Rod, who's not really a War Machine, but it's the same mold. I mean, he even has the star from the Iron Patriot on his chest. It's a cool looking figure too, though. It'd been a lot better if they would take it off. He has the slot on his back where you put the gun. Maybe kind of better if they took that star off and then that bit off, and it would kind of made it more of a unique suit. But man, that Mark II, even though it is a very, very large departure from this. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is just America all over. He's got freaking submachine guns on his damn forearms. He's got rocket launchers in his shoulders. He's got the ex-wife that doesn't do nothing, just like a real ex-wife. And he's got a freaking minigun, dude. Minigun on his shoulder. You can't get... This is the gun Arnie used to not kill a bunch of cops. You can't get any cooler than that. And then you go from this to just the little gun can, little can. shoulder thing he's got. And I mean, I'm not even lying. In Iron Man 2, when he busts up through the door, and he's all like, that little shit pops up out of his form. It cringed, man. It's cringy. It's for real. Because, you go from this, he's just laying waste, and then he just like, breathe. The hell? Oops. I don't know. I really don't understand, to the point where I can't talk, why they did that. Like, just because this is just the perfect on-screen representation of what War Machine is supposed to be. He's not Iron Man. He's War Machine. He's all about freaking, he's a tank. Iron Man's a stealth bomber. War Machine is a tank. And that's how it's supposed to be. But then, like I said, in the second one, even though as a figure, it's awesome. As a War Machine, he's kind of... but as a figure, he's awesome. Because that was the Iron Man 3 version. That was the first diecast that Hot Toys put out. Now, that thing's engineered really, really well. In terms of just posing it and how, messing around posing it, it is great. He is a very well designed figure. Because a lot of these guys have issues with shoulder gaps. We all know. But the way he's designed and done up, you don't get none of that. He poses really, really well. And he's fun to mess with. But like I said, as a War Machine, he's kind of a little fun. So, let's see here. He said he never even put the batteries in. They're a few years old now, especially sitting in that damn freezing UPS truck. They might not even be any good, so I don't know. I got all the damaged pieces, which I won't even be using this chest. I like him clean. I'll put on some of these damaged parts just to show that he's got a lot of wear and tear on him. He's been in some battles. But in terms of just a big chunk missing out of his chest, to me that means he's kind of going to be down for the count soon. He doesn't come with a flight pole. Obviously, he's too freaking heavy, man. He weighs almost 3 pounds. The box weight on the shipping was like 7 pounds and stuff. I was like, holy crap. And this piece of beauty right here, a proper stand. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about for me. When a figure actually comes with a stand that you can pose him on and just looks so much more awesome than just some piece of plastic that says War Machine on it with a nut cradle. And if they are going to just have something like that, it needs to be one of these. Something that the figure actually rests on. Not those little hooks that you raise up, because they don't hold it. They're not meant for a die-cast figure that's heavy. Oh. I really can't believe the difference between the two, the plastic version and this guy. I mean, if that plastic wouldn't have sold so fast, I would actually do some comparisons. But like I said, I put him up on eBay and he was gone. Been like a day. Someone had bought him. And luckily, I should be getting my money from PayPal because I've been dealing with PayPal. I don't like PayPal. Oh my God, I do not like PayPal. They're a nightmare. I had that Iron Man 3 War Machine. And I ended up selling it to get the Age of Ultron one because I liked it better, and plus to go with my Mark 45, get the proper one. Anyway, long story short, somehow the email was screwed up on that sale and only that sale. I had to call PayPal like 4 times. The first time they told me they couldn't do crap. I'd have to try and get the dude to repay me. Yeah, like that went over really well. Hey man, send me another $200. No. Then I called again. That woman was awesome. She just put the email on my account, the screwed up email. Bam, there was the money right there staring at me. But it was still on hold. And it was on hold forever. I fiddled with it and called them again and did this, did that. They said they was having some issues. They called me back within 24 to 48 hours. A week went by. I didn't hear shit. I think I ended up fixing it my own self to finally it released today. Like almost a month and a half after I sold the freaking figure. But I got my money. And then the $184 after their fees and all that bullshit left over from selling the plastic one, it should release here soon. But yeah. Like, you know, any other review, he's got all the usual stuff. The damaged parts. Let me see here. Yeah. I like how this dude kept all these little wax paper inserts. Oh my God, static electricity. Get off of my hand. Jesus. But yeah, you got all the damaged parts. Which, like I said, I'll be putting some of them on here just to show that he's been kicking some ass. Then the Don Cheadle head sculpt, which it's just like the one on the Mark II. And a lot of people complain about that. They always mention, like, it's the same head sculpt. So, it looks like Don Cheadle. That's what matters. As long as it looks like Don Cheadle. That's what you want. So, yeah. I like this damaged cover, this damaged faceplate here. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's sit that in there. Be using that later. One thing that's really cool about this one is the LED cover right here, where he's got the red glowing eyes. The thing itself is red, so even when you don't have the lights turned on, his eyes are red. So that's cool. And of course, you got the minigun and everything else. The awesome stand, all the battle damage stuff. This one actually has the ex-wife sitting there, because the one I bought it used. It was actually my first hot toy, which I didn't have any sentimental attachment to it. I didn't care. I just got it because I didn't know nothing about him. I just got on there because I knew I liked War Machine and his design. So I just got on eBay looking about. What the fuck are you doing? And you had one that was super expensive. Then you had this one over here that was cheaper. So I didn't know there was a difference. I just bought the cheaper one. Not like I was going to go spend $700, $900 right out the gate. But yeah, yeah. So I sold him. And I bought that one and then had him for a little while. And it was just, after I learned what this was and watched a bunch of videos, and I'm like, oh my God, and the comparisons. And he's just bigger and just better in every way. I would look up that plastic one and I'm just like, man, you freaking suck. Ugh. Funny enough, that plastic one I had, for some reason, the guy who I bought it off of sent it to me in the die-cast box. I guess maybe he had done the same, like he had bought a die-cast version. He didn't have any intentions of getting rid of it, so he just sent that the plastic one to me in that box. I don't know. I didn't even notice that until a couple weeks ago. Oh, man. I don't like how it does that, but that's just part of the figure, you know what I mean? He's made to be posed. Of course, they're going to move, and you just got to move them back. Be all better. Like a lot of newer ones, like the 45, 46 stuff, they put springs on them, so that way it automatically pops back. The Mark II, it's spring loaded. They probably did that because you have the battle damage shoulder pad, which I don't know, man. Kind of leery about yanking on this thing to pull those parts off to switch them about. Some of them, I'm going to have to read the directions, figure out how to get them off. What the hell? Jesus. I can't get it back in the box. What the flipping... Get in the box, man. There you go. Cool. But yeah. I got my Mark 46 concept. I've been meaning to do a video on, just hadn't really taken the time to. And I got my Captain America concept in the other day too. Pretty excited about that. He's actually my first non-Iron Man hot toy. God, when I pulled him out of the box, I was like, oh my crap, he's so light. Because I'm used to actual metal figures, die cast all over the place. I was borderline about to order. I bet that's been in the way the whole freaking film. All this junk. I just I scooted everything down that way to put myself against the wall instead of the other side of the table. Hopefully it keeps a better picture that way instead of having that big space in the background, keeping the camera confused, because my camera sucks on my phone. That's what I use. But I was borderline about to pull the trigger on a King Arts 1/9 scale war machine. You can still get those things brand new from like big bag toy store and stuff. They're like $230, you know. They're not really that expensive compared, you know, to this, you know. So that's what I was going to. I was almost getting ready to buy because I was thinking I'm never going to be able to afford one of these things. I never. Just save up and get one. And I'm an impatient type because I'm sitting there waiting on this thing to get here, and I'm thinking to myself, like, God damn, I need to buy another figure. Even though I got several on Hot Toys that are released, but they're just not paid off. I need to get them paid off. And then plus I got my Neon Tech, which it's still in the wind. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I hadn't heard from Sideshow in terms of when it's going to be releasing. They pushed it back a couple months. I guess Hot Toys is having issues. But that's $230, like I said before, $231 is kind of in the wind for a payment. I need to move all this junk. I can't even get out of the table. But I am done with the video. I've done trapped myself. I never want to leave the figure. Fine. Where are the articulated fingers? Everybody knows, you know, the articulated ones are the ones that go on there. There we go. I don't even, like with War Machine, to me, he doesn't need repulsor hands. He's a freaking War Machine. He's got machine guns and everything all over the place. What the hell does he need with a repulsor blast? Let's see here. Maneuver these things a little bit. He's twisted. Kind of remind me of the fingers or the hands for the Mark 46. That's a tight squeeze. And he's got these hand guards right here. Those fingers up a little bit, smush them in. Yeah, you gotta get that bad out of the look going on right there. Let them out. Alright. Okay, got the right finger hands on there now. Good to go. He's about to fall over on his face. But alright guys, I think that's about the gist of it. You know, there's no point for some big review. He's not a new figure. Just give my thoughts on it, throw up a video, I'm bored, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But he's awesome. He is, like I said, he is my Grail of Grails. I can't believe I actually have him in my collection. I found him at that price. I mean, $600 for essentially brand new Mark I War Machine. It's unheard of. I'm part of a couple groups on Facebook, and one of them is a guy named Eric Lee. He's the gentleman who actually bought my Concept 46 from, because it's not even out in the States yet. It doesn't come out until January, next month. And then, who knows when they actually ship them. But got that from him. And he put one of these things up on his group the other day, group page. He said, hey, I got this for one of the members, hunted up this beast. Let me know if any of y'all are interested. Oh, my Lord. 25 comments deep. And he's like, man, I only had the one. Y'all give me a break. It was funny. And then everybody's still asking, hey, you got this? I'm interested. How much? He ended up coming up with one more not too long after that. I think he posted it. He posted it for $5 something, which was like I think $5.95 or something. I was like, oh crap, it was cheaper than what I got. But with postage, it was still going to cost more because this was free shipping, and luckily, he was just up in Ohio, so it didn't matter that it took a little. It didn't take no time to get here still. But yeah, freaking Mark I War Machine, the Beast. Doesn't get no cooler.